Hi everyone. There's something I wanted to share with you guys, and I wanted to put out a quick video on it. I'm looking to get going to work here, so I'm going to try and make it quick, but it's really important. So, last night I woke up shortly after midnight. I was having an annoying dream. Wasn't a bad dream or, a nightmare or anything. I think it had to do with bugs, maybe roaches. Oh, it was disgusting. But anyhow, so I wanted to try and stay up a little bit longer, so that I didn't go right back to sleep and dream the same thing over. So I was going over in my head what I had read earlier in my Bible study about in Malachi. So I was just thinking about that, and then something happened, like I had a vision, and it was quick, but it was incredible. All of a sudden, it was like I could see this maybe curtain being moved up in the sky, and this incredible light and peace and love, and it was beautiful. But at the same time, I could see like this child being taken up from the earth going towards the light. And even though I didn't see it, I definitely had the impression that like Jesus was standing just out of sight to welcome this child. And below all of that was the earth, was the world. And it was so terrible, and it was dark and seedy and ugly and just dirty. It made you feel so unclean just looking at it. And especially, of course, in comparison to that light. And I wanted so much to feel that light on my face. But it was like, as soon as the child got up in it, it started to dim, and then it went away. But I was left feeling like, wow, did I just get a tiny glimpse of heaven? And my immediate impression was, let our loved ones go. Those that are suffering or, on their way to go and to be with the Father, let them go. Because if you could see just that tiny bit and feel that tiny bit that I did, you would never begrudge them having it. It was like where we are, like we were in the world's worst dungeon prison, and one of our loved ones or one of our cellmates was getting this chance to leave, to go to live in a beautiful countryside. Would you tell them no because you couldn't go with, or because you'd be lonely without them? No, you'd want them to go. You'd want them to experience. Maybe you couldn't, but you want them to. Or maybe it just isn't your time yet. But that's what I felt like. And on Instagram, I follow several people who have disabled children. And some of them have fatal diseases, and one in particular that I just started following not too long ago is a little girl with cancer. And I believe it was that little girl who was being taken up to Jesus. And they haven't posted in a few days. And I'll put all these kids or the Instagram accounts in description so you can go look for yourself if you like. Um, yeah, they haven't. What ended up happening was the chemo wasn't working anymore, or at all, really. And they decided to bring her home from the hospital and just do hospice care at home. And they hadn't posted in a couple days, so I got up this morning and I looked right away to see if they had, and they still haven't. So I'm just wondering if that timing coincided or not, or whatever. But I wasn't asleep. I was wide awake for this. And in fact, right when that ended, I got up to go get something to drink to make sure to remind myself I am awake. You know, I wasn't sleepy. I wasn't half in a dream. I was wide awake. I could hear my radio going, my fan. You know, I was awake. And I tried so hard right away and even today to really concentrate and think back on that moment and try to get the exact visual back and the feeling, and I just can't. I can't. It's, you know, really, the visual is a really pale comparison of what it was, and the feeling I can't get at all. And it's just this incredible love. That was the biggest thing, that this light and this love, and especially in comparison to down here, it was just so gross. It's just like, this is Satan's world, and it's exactly what you think in your imagination or something that it would be. Like the most worst dystopia you could think of. And the love down here is so tiny and so small compared to up there. It would be as if you saw, if love were like a little flicker of a flame that you could see way off in the distance. And that's the strong love that, you know, a mother has, say, for her child. And it's minuscule compared to what I saw. And I just, part of me thinks about Paul in like 2 Corinthians. Actually, I'll go back a little bit. Like with Paul, he went through so much. That poor guy was, you know, tortured and beaten and imprisoned, and he always seemed to have the right attitude. You know, he kept going. He was still filled with love towards people. And I used to think, well, yeah, because, you know, number one, he got to talk to Jesus. You know, he had the Lord speaking directly to him. And then, like I said, in 2 Corinthians is where he talks about that he got to go to heaven. And I thought, well, you know, maybe if I got to speak directly to God, and I could see what heaven was really like, and I knew that's what was coming up after this, you know, that'd be able to get me through almost anything too. Well, yeah. Yeah. You know, now that little bit that I saw, I'm thinking that's honestly true. I mean, I don't know why God gave me this little bit of vision, but it was incredible and beautiful and wonderful and totally unexpected. But I just felt like I had to share it with you guys. You know, because I know many of you just completely understand. And it's like we all know, you know, those of us that are believers, of what we're expecting when we leave this world is so much greater than we can comprehend. But knowing that through teaching and you know, the Bible and pastors and all of that, and actually feeling it and seeing just a little tiny bit is wow. Wow. You know, and I don't think there's anything I don't think you can pray to get a vision. I mean, I never did. But I don't know. I really do hope and pray that some of you have gotten it too. Maybe you can share that a little bit, or maybe you will in the near future. I don't know. But it is wonderful, and I just want to let you guys know that. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. It was nice talking to you, and you take care.